Welcome to IPSE GO. In this video, I will give you an overview of the IPSE GO framework and explain the basic functionality. IPSE GO is an equation-oriented process simulation system which is adapted to a wide field of applications through the use of domain-specific model libraries. When you log into IPSE GO as a new user, the first page that you see is the dashboard. The dashboard gives you access to all major functionality and important information. It allows you to create new projects and shows your existing ones and those that others have shared with you. It gives you access to supporting videos and documentation for the platform. For all model libraries that you have licensed, you find supporting videos, documentation and example projects. To create a new project, click on the New Project button. In the dialog that IPSE GO opens, select a model library, enter a project name and a description, then click on the Create button. The dashboard now contains a tile with your newly created project in the list of available projects. Click on the tile to open it in the flowsheet editor. The flowsheet editor is the place where you create and configure process models, run calculations, and display results. From here, you can also access the manual of the respective model library and information for each of the available components. The icon bar on the left of the flowsheet editor contains a catalog of all unit models that are available in the library. To set up a process model, select the required unit icons and place them in the workspace of the editor by clicking at the appropriate position. Then draw the connections between the icons. Click on the terminal where you want to start the connection, click for any intermediate point somewhere in the workspace, and click on a terminal of another icon to finish creating the connection. The terminal where you start the connection determines the connection type. The editor allows only to draw valid connections. Each component in IPSE GO represents a set of equations. To display these equations for any component used in the flowsheet, press right-click on the object to open the context menu and click on Documentation. You can also display the documentation for each component by clicking on the Help button in the Windows top right corner. By drawing the flowsheet, you are setting up a system of equations. You still need to provide some numerical data. To enter data for a component, double-click on it to open the Input Data dialog. Often you can rely on default values for the data. The most frequent numerical data used are parameters and variables. Parameters are constant values that must always be provided, while variables are part of the system of equations that represents a process model. Depending on your requirements, you can either set a variable to a fixed value or allow the system to calculate it for you. This makes the system very flexible, but for new users it can also be challenging to identify the correct settings. IPSE GO provides help here. When you run a calculation, it carries out a setting analysis for your input and identifies variables that can still be set or that are set in conflict with other settings. To display the results of the settings analysis in the flowsheet, click on the Analysis Results button. In an underspecified system, the names of variables can still be set are displayed in green in a box on top of the respective object. If the system is overspecified, IPSE GO displays the variables that are in conflict with each other in orange. It is important to know that whenever you change a single setting, you must rerun the setting analysis by starting a calculation in order to update its results. I recommend that you run calculations often while you build up a process model. This way, you get a better understanding of how IPSE GO reacts to wrong input and how you can fix it. You can at any time run a calculation by clicking on the Run button. For each component in a library, a fully parameterized example is available. The manual of each model library includes a tutorial that addresses library-specific aspects to get up to speed with IPSE GO. You can save your work at any time by clicking on the Save button and return to the dashboard. For further information, check manual and videos for the model library that you have licensed. If you don't find there the information that you require, feel free to contact our support. We will be happy to help you getting started with IPSE GO successfully. Thanks for watching.